the robotic arm that we have is a 6-axis arm, so it has a swivel at the base. It has a shoulder joint, an elbow joint, and then it has a wrist that turns sideways and goes up and down, as well as pincers. This first design that we came up with was with 2 linear actuators that were operating the shoulder and the elbow of the arm. Then once we built up some prototypes, we realized that we might want to fold up this arm entirely so it was entirely collapsible and it could just be like succinctly on the rover. So we decided to go with a belt and pulley system for the shoulder and arm with 2 like really big stepper motors. The main problem was in making sure that all the belts and pulleys were essentially like fit correctly, had proper amount of tension in them, and were able to move freely. And so in order to do that, you have an order of magnitude more parts than a linear actuator system. So the next step is to get manufacturing. So the first parts that we're going to manufacture are the lengths of the elbow, from the elbow to the wrist, and then from the elbow to the shoulder. And once we have those parts together, we're going to start welding together some of the shafts or of the supports that go in there. And then we'll be attaching the linear actuators in there and mounting them to the base, which is already manufactured. And then from there, we have the end effector assembly. We're trying to bring the rover up, or the arm up to sufficient, and get ready for optimizing once we already have it as sufficient as we can make it. Originally, we would have a team meeting maybe once a week to talk about what the most recent arm design was and what could be improved about it. So the way that we made that better was by fitting everything into work packages, and we would get just like 3 or 4 parts added into the design at a time and then re-upload it. So it was very quick, and we had a really succinct change log that we're using too, and then also posting on Slack so that everybody on the team can see where you're at, and then coming together again. So it really is an iterative process in which we go through multiple stages in order to bring this design together.